What is real? How do you define real?
And how can we know when the tools we use to perceive reality, our senses and our brains, can be deceived?
If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
You don't realize it, but you are being programmed.
The first movie in the Wachowskis trilogy told viewers to wake up and question where civilization was heading. And this leads us to ask, if the Matrix posited that society at the turn of the millennium was losing touch with reality, 20 years later, are we straight up living in the Matrix?
What's happened is that cyberspace has colonized the real world.
They've drilled a hole in the back of our head, and now they've injected the virus, and now we walk around searching for feedback using social media. And they won.
The Hindu religion has the idea that the phenomenal world is an illusion called Maya, separate from the eternal reality, which is God. Buddhism has a similar concept of elusive reality, samsara, and it sees the goal of enlightenment as freeing ourselves from the suffering of attachment to this plane of life. The Taoist story, Zhuangzi Dreamed He Was a Butterfly, features a dreamer who doesn't know he's himself and not a butterfly.
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real?
Gnosticism has the idea of a demiurge, a kind of demigod who created the flawed system in which we find ourselves, while a higher truth exists beyond that structure. The Gnostics also emphasize knowledge as the key to spirituality and paint ignorance as humankind's major obstacle.
Only try to realize the truth.
Knowing the truth means knowing matter and spirit and the controller of both. The controller of both is known as Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Janmada Syayato Anvayat Itaras Tachate Swabhigya Sarat. That Supreme Absolute Truth, the Personality of Godhead, is completely independent. He knows everything. He is the first person who instructed the original philosopher in the universe, Tene Brahma Ridaya Adikavaya Muyanti Yatsurayaha. He is source for all things. And he can be understood in three phases: Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti Shaptyate. Brahmeti means the effulgence coming from the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, therefore the all-pervading energy or light in the universe. Paramatman, Param means the Supreme, Atma, soul. So there is a super soul within the heart of every living being, who is the witness, who is the source of knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness, who is the indwelling guide. Higher than the Paramatma is Bhagavan. Bhagavan means the person who possesses all opulences, all knowledge, all fame, all beauty, all strength, all renunciation. These qualities are in full. And that person is who is the highest truth, absolute truth. From that knowledge, then we can understand the greatest subject of love, how to increase our love. There are many subjects for human development in this world. Mainly it is said that human life consists of karma, artha, dharma, and moksha. Trying to enjoy the senses, trying to acquire economic development, trying to become liberated from the suffering of this world, and trying to be religious while living within this world. So then the fifth goal, the fifth artha, is said to be love. Prema Pumata Mahan, that is the goal of life, love. And this love is an intensified feeling which keeps increasing in its sweetness, in its nature of satisfying and enchanting the living being. So the sciences of the Absolute Truth are presented in the Bhagavad Gita, as it is the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, within the Vedic literature like Brahma Samhita and so many others. So the challenge is that we have to approach a spiritual master. Just try to learn the truth.
Take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
By approaching a bona fide spiritual master, what do? You inquire from them submissively, and you render some service. By this combination of inquiry and submissive service attitude, then knowledge as it is descends from the knowers of the truth to those who are aspiring to know. Therefore, human life affords us the opportunity which is not available in the animals, in the plant life, in the aquatic life. We have enough software and hardware to inquire about the absolute truth. Therefore, the Vedic literature starts by saying in the Brahma Sutras, Vedanta Sutras, Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Now that we're in the human form of life, now we can inquire about Brahman, the spiritual absolute truth.